Dear students, welcome to the economics class. I am your economics teacher, Mrs. Teenal Esther. How are you all? I hope you are all well in the name of Jesus Christ. Let's enter into the chapter. Chapter 5 we are going to learn. The chapter name is Monetary Economics. Monetary economics, nothing but the economics. It is a part of the economics. The great economist Milton Friedman. Did you see the photo of this photo of Milton Friedman? He explained monetary economics means inflation is taxation without legislation. With this thought, we enter into the lesson. Introduction for the monetary economics. Monetary economics is a branch of economics. It provides a framework for analyzing money and its functions as a medium of exchange, store of value, and unit of account. The monetary economics examines the effects of monetary systems. What are the effects of monetary systems? The effects of monetary systems including they include in regulation of money and associated financial institutions. Meaning of money. Money is anything that is generally accepted as payment for goods and services and repayment of debts, and that serves a medium of exchange. A medium of exchange is anything that is widely accepted as a means of payment. In recent years, the importance of credit has increased in all the countries of the world. Credit instruments are used on an extensive scale. The use of checks, bills of exchange, etc. has gone up. It should, however, be remembered that money is the basis of credit. The definition of the money. Many economists developed a definition for money. Among these definitions of Walker and Crowther we are going to learn. Walker's definition is very simple and very easy to know the meaning of money. Money is what money does. This is the definition of Walker. Crowther's definition: money can be anything that is generally acceptable as a means of exchange and at the same time acts as a measure and a store of value. The introduction of money as a medium of exchange was one of the greatest inventions of mankind. These are the inventions of mankind. Barter system shifted to gold, and next the money values, metal coins shifted to paper money and plastic cards, electronic money and cryptocurrency. These are the inventions of mankind. Let's see the explanations of barter system. Barter system, it is the greatest invention of mankind. Before money was invented, exchange took place by barter. This is the initial stage of exchange. Commodities and services were directly exchanged for other commodities and services. This is called barter system. Under the barter system, buyers and sellers of commodities had to face a number of difficulties. The number of difficulties lead to surplus goods were exchanged for money, which in turn was exchanged for other needed goods. Goods like, what are the goods like they exchanged? Furs, skins, salt, rice, wheat, utensils, weapons, etc. These are commonly used as money. Such exchange of goods for goods was known as barter system or barter exchange. Let's see what is the metallic standard. After the barter system and commodity money system, modern money system evolved. Among these, metallic standard is the premier one. This is the initial one. Under metallic standard, some kind of metal, either gold or silver, is used to determine the standard value of the money or the currency. Standard coins made out of the metal are the principal coins used under the metallic standard. These standard coins are full-bodied or full-weighted legal tender. Their face value is equal to their intrinsic metal value. Next, we are going to learn about what is gold standard. Gold standard is a system in which the value of the monetary unit or the standard currency is directly linked with gold. The monetary unit is defined in terms of a certain weight of gold. How we define? Certain weight of gold. The purchasing power of a unit of money is maintained equal to the value of a fixed weight of gold. Equal to the value of the fixed weight of gold. Let's see what is the silver standard. The silver standard is a monetary system in which the standard economic unit of account is a fixed weight of silver. This is fixed weight of silver. The silver standard is a monetary arrangement in which a country's government allows conversion of its currency into fixed amount of silver. In a fixed amount of silver. It is called silver standard. Students, next we are going to learn about the paper currency standard. Paper currency standard refers to the monetary system in which the paper currency notes issued by the treasury or a central bank area both circulate as unlimited legal tender. Unlimited legal tender. Paper currency is not convertible into any metal. Paper currency is not equal to or convertible into any metal. Its value is determined independent of the value of gold or any other commodity. The paper standard is also known as managed currency standard. The quantity of money in circulation is controlled by the monetary authority to maintain price stability. It helps to maintain the price stability. The paper standard is also known as managed currency standard. It maintained price stability. Students, let's see the plastic money. Plastic money is nothing but our ATM cards. The latest type of money is plastic money. Plastic money is one of the most evolved forms of financial products. It is the most evolved form of financial products. Plastic money is an alternative to the standard money. Plastic money is a term that is used predominantly in reference to the hard plastic cards used every day in place of actual banknotes. Plastic money can come in many different forms. What are the different forms? You see cash cards, credit cards, debit cards, prepaid cash cards, store cards, forex cards and smart cards. These are the examples of plastic money. The aim of removing the need for carrying cash to make transaction. It is the aim of the plastic money is to remove the need for carrying cash to make transactions. It's very easy to transact the money. Let's learn about the cryptocurrency. What is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is nothing but the digital currency, which encryption techniques are used to regulate the generation of units of currency and verify the transfer of funds, operating independently of a central bank. It is operated independently of a central bank. Decentralized cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin now provide an outlet for personal wealth that is beyond restriction and confiscation. students, next we are going to discuss about the functions of money. What are the functions of money? The functions of money can be classified into 4 categories. There are 4 categories. Number 1 is primary functions, second one secondary functions, third one contingent functions, lastly other functions. First we are going to discuss about primary functions. What are the primary functions? Primary functions are medium of exchange, store of value, measure of value, standard of deferred payments. These are the primary functions. First, what is the meaning of money as a medium of exchange? First we are going to learn about the main primary functions. The first function is money as a medium of exchange. This is considered as the basic function of money. This is the basic function of money. Money has the quality of general acceptability, and all exchanges take place in terms of money. All exchanges take place in this terms of money. On account of the use of the money, the transaction has now come to the divided into 2 parts. These transactions divided into 2 parts. First, money is obtained through sale of goods and services. This is known as sale. Second one, money is obtained to buy goods and services. This is known as purchase. First one sale, second one purchase. In the modern exchange system, money acts as an intermediary in sales and purchases. Sales and purchases. Second one, money as a measure of value. How we define money as a measure of value? Let's see. The second important function of money is that it measures the value of goods and services. Otherwise we call the prices of all goods and services are expressed in terms of money. Money is thus looked upon as a collective measure of value. This is otherwise called collective measure of value. All the values are expressed in terms of money. It is easier to determine the rate of exchange between various types of goods in the commodity. Secondary functions. Let's see the secondary functions. Money as a store of value, money as a standard of deferred payments. These are the secondary functions. Money as a store of value. How? Let's see. The savings done in terms of commodities were not permanent. The savings in the terms of commodities were not permanent. That is temporary. But with the invention of money, this difficulty has now disappeared and savings are now done in terms of money. Money also serves as an excellent store of wealth. It is otherwise called excellent store of wealth. These are the secondary functions. Money has a standard of deferred payments. Let's see what is the deferred payments. Borrowing and lending were difficult problems under the barter system. In the barter system, borrowing and lending are difficult problems. In the absence of money, the borrowed amount could be returned on in terms of goods and services. The modern money economy has greatly facilitated the borrowings and lending process. Money now acts as a standard of deferred payments. Now otherwise called as standard of deferred payments. They facilitate the borrowing and lending process. Money only acts as a borrowing and lending processes.